added that he already had big games before, said, quote, it didn't feel like anything special to me because we lost. Now, first thing I got to say is this, Sel.
What you got to do?
If I was to come out and say, KD didn't do nothing special, they lost, everybody would be like, how dare you criticize KD? KD might even shoot at me on Twitter if I said that. But he said that.
Yeah.
So let's just all establish. The man himself said he didn't do nothing special because they lost. Now, I got to ask you, Marcellus. Was KD's first healthy season with the Nets a success?
Absolutely. And just to clarify what KD really meant.
You don't need clarification.
I know you just want to run with that. Okay. You think it's a pass to shoot at KD? Do it. I did. False humility is so thinly veiled as a lie. And I hate when people do that. Like, in my school, 9th grade, Tiffany Cambridge used to walk in 9th grade, most beautiful person on the planet. Yes, certainly for 9th grade. She set a 9th grade record. No, she wore heels in the 9th grade. It was a real thing. It was crazy. And she'd show up to class late every day, because she could. And then we would be like, whoa. Now, if Tiffany like, this little thing, man, stop. False humility. We know you fine. Kevin Durant even said it. Yeah, I balled, but who cares? Because we lost. So this is false humility. Now, with that said, let me get into my take. Why was this a success for the Brooklyn Nets? Let me give it to you simple, because I'm going to give it to the way that you like to give it. Last time we saw the Nets in the NBA Finals, oh, my God, it was 2003. Last time they made it past the conference semifinals as well. Think about that. Doesn't that sound eerily familiar to a take that you always throw my way and I just slap it down about Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns and, where they been and how lowly the times have been of recent times until Baker Mayfield comes and takes them to one playoff win? Well, then, damn. Share the love. Kevin Durant takes them to the conference semis, and this is a team that's been in the drought since 2003 with the same level of success. Beyond everything else that I could shower your way about Kevin Durant's greatness is the fact that this is a franchise that has struggled more so than not. Only 6 playoff appearances in the last 14 seasons. You're going to look at them like, what? That doesn't matter. It does. That shows impact with Kevin Durant. Only thing that's keeping Kevin Durant right now from continuing to play basketball this season, this postseason, was injury around him. Be real about that, then you got no take, because Kevin Durant had a tremendous season, was a successful season, especially the impact it had on his organization.
The season for Kevin Durant was a failure.
Is that false humility? No,
it was a failure. And I'm going to agree with everything Kevin Durant said.
Man,
the season for Kevin Durant was a failure. Did he hit a big shot? Absolutely. But when we think about this season for the Brooklyn Nets and Kevin Durant, what is the first image that comes to mind? Fade away, jumper, left foot on the line, goes into overtime in a game in which they lost. The season for Kevin Durant was a failure. Here's why, Sel. Early on, when you young and when you in high school and middle school, class is A, B, C, D. That is the scale. Then when you get to college...
F?
Well, hopefully
I'm about to say, boy, don't act like you ain't got no F before.
Then you get into college. The scale is, again, on letter grades, A, B, C, D, E. But once you've taken a certain amount of classes, you can start to take electives. And once you reach a certain grade in college, you start to take what are pass-fail courses.
Okay, you did that.
Kevin Durant has reached a certain level of achievement in his NBA career where every course, every season is now pass or fail. It's no longer time to grade a great like Kevin Durant on an A, B, C, D scale, especially not F's. Every season for Kevin Durant is now pass or fail. Did you win a chip? Did you go to the finals or did you not? LeBron James is not graded on letters anymore. L.A., his first year there, it was a failure. He got hurt. They didn't make the playoffs. The Lakers this past year, it was a failure. Anthony Davis got hurt. LeBron James was maligned. They did not make it to the conference finals, nor did they make it to the finals. Kevin Durant this year, it was a failure because when you put Kevin Durant on a squad, Kevin Durant does not lead that team to a conference championship. At this stage in his prime, that's a failure. Now, I'm going to close my first lap by simply asking you all this.
Get around that track.
Even if you said, Marcellus, that KD is on a Brooklyn Nets team with Joe Harris, Blake Griffin, and some other role players, there is no Kyrie, there is no Harden, we both would have said they'll probably get to the conference finals. like, let's see, who's in the East? Okay, yeah, they're better than the Knicks regardless. They're still better than the Hawks regardless. They're definitely better than the Wizards regardless. Yeah, they're just as good as, and they're probably better than the Sixers regardless. Sixers can't stay healthy. And Giannis, he's not clutch. We know Giannis ain't clutch, so they're probably still better. They're at least going to get to the Eastern Conference Finals, even if there is no Kyrie, there is no Harden. So don't now retroactively say, well, they didn't have Harden, they didn't have Kyrie. What can you expect? Even a team with Kevin Durant and no other superstar, we would automatically think they're good enough to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. So Kevin Durant was right. This season wasn't a success. This season was a failure.
Man, stop. Stop. Just stop. Pass, fail, huh?
Pass, fail.
In the NBA, you want to take that from school, which if you take it, first of all, if you take a pass, fail to me, I'm already thinking, dog, you ain't that smart. Anyway, do you? I'm not going to judge all pass-fail classes because I ain't take all pass-fail classes. I just judge the ones I know. But I know if you were to translate that to the NBA, it would look like a 97% grade for passing and 3% meant you failed because only one team wins the championship, and according to Acho, if you don't win the championship, you failed. That's what it sounded like. Am I correct?
For a great like Kevin Durant. Yes, sir.
Oh, is Steph Curry great?
Yes, sir.
Was it a failure?
It was a failure.
This year was a failure for Steph Curry.
Don't you think he would say so?
Aisha, get him.
Do you not think that he would say so, Sal?
I don't care
you
what
think
you
Steph
say.
Curry wants the scoring title? No. Steph Curry wants NBA titles.
No. Hold on. I don't care what they say. It's what they do. Now, all these dudes gonna get... I've been to the podium before and lied to every fan I could to keep them checks going and to keep the peace.
You're a liar.
But in reality, dog, you think Steph Curry felt like he failed this season when he returned from injury? He returned from injury, MVP candidate,
We got Warriors fans in our ear as producers. Y'all tell me, was it a success for Steph Curry? Was it a success for the Warriors? No.
Actually,
if you do not make the playoffs,
Warriors producer who said,
okay,
what about Steph Curry?
If you do not make the playoffs and you are a future first ballot Hall of Famer, look at it like this, Sel. When we look back, we look back on Kevin Durant's career. When we look back on...
Get out. The fans got you. What the hell?
Failure? When we look back on... Let's calm down, because it's getting hot.
Okay.
When we look back on Kevin Durant's career, what can he say to this? How does this year add to his legacy?
You want to know how it adds?
The only way is an all-star game. That's the only thing. Like, he didn't win a scoring title. He didn't win an MVP. He didn't go to the finals. He didn't even lose the finals.
So nothing happened, huh? All-time points per game leader. He's third on that list. But you're saying, oh, just add to that rebounding from a torn Achilles, coming out there and being Kevin Durant.
Folklore.
It's not great.
It's great in folklore. It's great in... He came back from an Achilles.
Let me say this.
He hit a turnaround jumper in a game that he
Life is not played out on IG or in folklore. It's played out in your mirror, if you really want to get real. Mark Twain, life is a competition between you and yourself. You think Kevin Durant ain't sitting there satisfied to some degree that he proved to himself that he could be Kevin Durant again after that injury?
It didn't feel like anything special to me because we lost. Kevin Durant.
You know why we don't have a lot of athletes on this show? Tell the truth. Since you want to be so truth-telling, tell the truth. Why we don't have a lot of athletes and we talk nothing but sports on this show? Because they don't tell the truth. They come on here and say, yeah, I'm promoting this brand, and yeah, oh yeah, go fans. And that's the reason why you're here to decode the message. And the message being decoded is Kevin Durant like, dog, I can't say this because it's going to be an excuse. It won't be looked at as a reason. But I lost 2/3 of the engine. You try to ride around in a dusty Bentley with 2/3 of the engine going. Where you going, Acho? You're not going far. And that's what happened to the squad.
I just got a new whip, and it's a hybrid. It's a hybrid.
Nice.
Lexus finally gifted me.
They hooked you up?
Me up.
What do you mean
and it's a hybrid. So even if the engine is not necessarily fully functioning, guess what gonna kick in?
What's gonna kick in?
The electric part.
Well, he ain't got that.
Whose fault is that?
Oh,
the greats.
Wow.
The greats. The greats, which Kevin Durant... Here's the issue, y'all. Here's what makes me pull my hair out. And thankfully, I got enough hair to pull out and still have a full head. Is this. Is Kevin Durant great or is he not?
He is great.
Is he Mount Rushmore or is he not? If he is...
Hold on. Mount Rushmore is only 4 dudes. Don't do
this generation. Somebody tweeted at me and he said he's Mount Rushmore of this generation.
I told you this world ain't lived on
countries ain't got different Mount Rushmores. There's one Mount Rushmore. But if he's a Mount Rushmore player of this generation, if he's that great, We got to treat him as such, big dog.
I do.
No.
I
Here's,
do.
here's what
it's
y'all
not
do.
titles or
and
nothing,
you do too.
I don't do
here's
titles
what everybody does.
Carmelo's are great. Where are you going to go? He had a failure
we
career?
act like Kevin Durant is great and the greatest when we want to, when it suits our argument. But then when we look and say you got bounced in the conference semis, we don't treat him as a great.
Oh, really?
LeBron James this season, it was a failure. LeBron James' first year in L.A., it was a failure. LeBron James' first year for the Miami Heat, it was a failure because he is great, if not one of the greatest, and he did not win a title. LeBron James isn't boasting, yeah, we played the Mavs, we went to the NBA Finals, but we lost. But it was our first year. LeBron James isn't going to L.A. like, yeah, I mean, I had a quad injury, but it's my first year in L.A., baby, so it don't matter. No, LeBron is like, my first year with the Heat was a failure. Second year I had to get right. My first year in L.A., it was a failure. Second year I had to get right. This first year for Kevin Durant, it was a failure. Hopefully in the second year they get right. But I will not lower the bar for the greatest player playing the game right now. I'm not going to do it.
Well, one, you didn't put the bar up there.